What are these numbers? Oh man. Friends, hello, let's talk about DWAC and what is happening right now. What a fall from grace today we are watching right in front of us. So, what's happening here? Let's talk about everything that's going to be happening here in the next few days and dig right into it. Friends, thank you so much for being here. Welcome back, or if you're new, here's the situation with DWAC. This Friday, we are expecting to see the merger finally after almost 2 years. Was it almost 2 years now? Where we should see this finally merge into Trump's company, media company. And it's, there's a lot of speculation about what this thing is going to do. Probably going in Thursday, Friday here, and I've gave kind of what I think kind of what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna let you know what I'm gonna do, and it's probably gonna break some hearts, but I want to be totally honest with the situation also too. So let me go into that. So this week, right now, we are seeing sell-off. The stock has hit its all-time low compared to where it's been in the past over a month, month and a half, since it's ran to $40 and $50 for some time. We finally went to the 30s here. We finally hit a $35 mark today. Now, we're just seeing sell-off. The whole market is taking sell-off, and today was a good day in the market, if we can say that, but still, there are incredible deals in the market right now. I mean, there's things that are just so severely cut in half, and that, will make people a lot of money if they're able to put some money into them and hold it for quite a while as a long-term investment going into next year, or when we see this next bull run in the market. So DWAC is just taking a little damage right now. It's still not crazy damage. I mean, if you bought in at 17, 20, even 25, 20 range, you're still doing pretty good here. You're still in a safe place for what's coming. So this Thursday, I would expect, even Wednesday here, I would expect to see the stock start to move a little bit, start to see a little bit of life pumped into it, start to see the up and down flow get a little bit higher here, and we'll probably gather these 40s again. As of right now, there is no news that has come out to where it said anything bad about the deal. It is happening, the vote, everything. As far as we know, we are still on for this to happen, because if it wasn't, of course, it would be everywhere over the general media, because they would love to say it's not happening, but it's happening. And there's a lot of speculation of what this thing could hit this Friday. I can generally give you, and I wish I could tell you, I wish I had a crystal ball to say, hey, it's going to hit X here, but I don't. What we do know is that when this thing was supposed to merger last time, it ran to almost $100. So will it do that again? I don't know. Will it run to 40 to 50? I think that's kind of obvious. Yeah, it's going to do that. So that's why I think there will be an uptick in buy-in here, probably going into Wednesday, especially Thursday. And then when this vote happens Friday, who knows what kind of numbers we're going to see here, because it will be chum in the water for the sharks to just be day trading, just short trading, and then people that are just going to be, think about this. There's going to be people that are just going to be hearing about this week, and they're going to be like, oh, I want to be a part of this. So there's going to be a lot of different types of investors in this stock here this week, and it's just going to be a big cluster of just everyone trying to do something here with this. So being open and honest, here's what I'm thinking I might do. I've got a few different plays on how I want to do this, but kind of how I think how this is going to go. I think Wednesday, like I said, we'll start to see a little more play in this. I think Thursday, as long as the deal continues to go through and we don't hear some kind of nightmare story come out, this is still very risky because we've seen this get stopped a few times already. So I don't want to pump anybody up to like, it's happening, we're good. I'm fingers crossed all the way until we cross the line here. Wednesday, I expect to see some more life coming this Thursday is when I really expect to see things start to happen here. Friday, that's when, personally, if this stock were to hit some kind of crazy number, say if we were going to be at $80 to $100, I probably would personally sell out. I would probably sell out at that point, and even if I lost more profit, I would be okay with that, because I'm so low in. I'm okay. I'm not going to try to be greedy here. what I think is going to happen here, I think there's going to be a big push on this here. There should be, and we expect there to be. But this is where you have to really not get too attached or too emotional what's going on. I think you need to really think about, if you want to take profits where you're happy, where you can live with them. Even if you miss another 20-30%, and that's very possible. I know that there's going to be a mass sell-off with this thing. I know this thing is going to have a plummet to hell. And that's going to happen whether you want to admit that or not. That is just a situation at hand, because there's levels to what's going on right now. Right now, the majority people with money that are investing heavy money in this right now, they're not investing into this right now because they believe in what True Social and all that is. They're doing this because they know there's a hype play mixed in. This is what you're buying into right now. You're buying into a bid. You're buying into a what if this should happen for a split moment. Can I catch my bid price where I'm happy with it? That is more than not what you are getting yourself into at this moment in stage one. Now, after this is over Friday, everything goes through, the deal actually takes place. There'll probably be a little more of a run on it, a little more of a run, but then more than likely, it will lose its interest. People will leave for a minute, and it will start to bleed off a little bit. People will get bored. We see this time and time again with stocks like this. People lose enthusiasm. People lose their, why they were here in the first place. And that's okay. That's okay. But you can't be naive to that situation. Now, I'm not saying True Social is going to be a bad investment for the long run. That's not what I'm trying to say here. What I am saying is that I think there's going to be a sell-off, and then I think going into later in the year when we do see Trump actually be the nominee and he's running, the stock will pick back up. But I think more than not, let's say by June, more than not, even May, the end of May, what's the investors that are going to be left in this stock are more than likely going to be people that should have sold out, that were wanting more. People that just want to hold, they just want to hold in there. They're not really caring about profit. That's great, cool. And then people that just want to be a part of what Trump is doing and be a part of his network company. But I will warn you that your money could be sitting here for some time. But I don't think it's the end of the stock by any means. My main focus right now is just to tell people, because I know if I don't say this, people are going to come on here and rip me apart 2 weeks. There will be a sell-off. There will more than likely be a sell-off. We could see a sell-off go all the way back down to $20. So don't be shocked to see that, because when this thing finally merges, when it finally becomes its own company, what are investors going to be looking at? For the next few months, they're going to be looking at, well, what is the profit? What's cash compared to debt? What is True Social, and how do they make their money, and how much money are they making on a daily revenue, and who's taking the money, who's receiving? These are going to be, if you're investing in the companies for the long run, these are things you should be asking yourself. Why are you investing in Amazon? Why are you investing in Tesla? Why are you investing in Walmart, Pepsi? Because those companies make a lot of money, and they continue to make a lot of money, which drives their stock up, and that's why you put your money into them. So I would imagine the majority of people that want to stay in this are wanting to stay in this because the company is making money. And I'm not trying to throw shade or say anything mean. I'm not. But I am saying you are investing in a new startup company that will be a very up and down company this year. Especially, I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's a very wild opportunity. And I think there's still a lot of money to be made in this, True Social going into the rest of the year. But I do think there will be a low for a moment. I think there will be a low. I think this will be the big push if this deal actually happens this week, which it should. But there will be a sell-off. There will be a bloodbath of a sell-off. And I warn people not to get caught up in it, because, we could see the stock go back down to an easy $15 or $20 until it starts to gain momentum again. And it will. To me, where I think the stock is really going to shine is probably like September, October, going into November, because obviously we know at this point it's going to be Biden and Trump going head to head. I mean, that's just, I don't think there's, I don't think that's wrong for saying that. That's pretty much what we're looking at here. It's just, the media just doesn't want to admit it, but that's what is happening. So with that too, obviously Trump will push his company. He will push Truth Social, and that is great. That's what you want. And a lot of people are going to go, hey, you can invest in that, and they're going to throw their money into it. And the majority of people, they're probably not even going to look at a balance sheet, what their intake is, profit to debt, to all those fun things, outstanding shares, volumes. They don't care. They just want to be a part of Truth Social and get into it. So that alone could drive up the share price little by little by little by little, to where it turns into a little bit of a hefty stock. So listen, we've never seen anything like this. I can't tell you what this is going to turn into because we've never seen anything like this. When have you ever invested? Where's the public ever invested in a company that is owned by a former president and potentially a new president again this year of the biggest country in the world? I mean, this is capitalism at its best. This is the fun of the stock market and being here in America to get to do crazy things like this. So, I mean, it's like a movie. It's legal. What can you do? And I think there still is opportunity later on down the road to make a lot of money in digital world. I warn people like, hey, I just wouldn't be naive to the thought that this thing would not take a lot of sell-off. So be happy. Profit is better than losing money or getting stuck in something. So just, I say that because I think a lot of people have been trading back and forth, and some people might be sitting at $40 now for a share price. So I don't know that this thing would stay $40 going through April and May here. I don't know. And the market is not strong right now, like in the sense of like, we're not really sure what's going on right now. And there is, I don't know, I don't know how many people are looking into what's going on in the background with the banking system and the housing crisis going on right now. But, I don't want to say we're in another 08 smell, but there is a 08 smell in the air right now where we're starting to hear about a lot of these different things going on with mortgage rates, inflation rates. And these are things that will kill the stock market. Maybe not like a 08, but they will hamper and hurt the stock market. So, that's just where I'm at. And, a lot of you, I will say this, a lot of people ask me all the time, like, what bank stocks I invest in and what cannabis stocks I invest in. Those are the two biggest comments I get and I've always gotten. And I'll just tell you right now, I have taken all my money out of bank stocks completely for right now. I don't trust the bank system with what's going on. And thank God, because we've just seen the banking stocks, a lot of them have just been getting crushed here with this fall. In cannabis stocks, I got out of a long time ago with a little bit of damage. It's just such an up and down. It's an up and down business to be a part of. It just is. And especially going into this year with what could be potentially like, a Republican House and Senate and a president as a Republican, they're not too crazy about cannabis companies, the majority of them. So, that's something to really think about there. And if Uncle Sam doesn't like it, it's usually not good for anyone's business. TikTok, don't let me get started on that. So friends, I'm going to shut up now. I'm curious to see what's going to happen tomorrow. Like I said, I really wouldn't expect crazy anything happen here unless some kind of news were to break. But I have done this too. I've said this a few times, but watch the news. Watch your phones, because this is the week where anything and everything will be trying to stop this deal from happening. And I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything like with a tinfoil hat or anything, but just someone who's been in the stock and rooting for the stock to work for my own selfish wants and desires. I have seen the craziness wrapped around this company and the stock with it trying to get out there, and just little things happen where it just pushes it down and it can't happen. So that's why, like, every day I'm just like, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? Because I've been here quite a bit already. I know a lot of you have too. I'm just like, is this really gonna happen? So if we're good by Thursday, I think this thing, and I think that's what people are waiting for too. They're like gently pushing the gas right now, and they're like, can we go yet? Because if we get to Thursday here and everything looks green, and obviously the general media will have to talk about it by Wednesday, Thursday. They're going to talk about it. They have to. I'm not expecting them to say great things about it, but they're going to have to talk about what's going on here with the general company and what they're about to do. So we'll see what happens here. But friends, I wish all of you the best of luck this week. I honestly mean that. I hope people do well this week with this. And like I said, be happy with profit. Be happy with profit. The main times where I have lost money in the market is where I was being greedy. And it feels so much better at the end of the day to walk away with, more money than having your money stuck in something and you're like, oh crap, and then you're trying to buy your way out of it, and it's just a mess. But if you want to leave your money in there, leave your money in there. Do what you want to do. Be your own investor. But that's just kind of, just a word to the wise of someone who's kind of, been in both situations. Friends, I'm gonna stop yapping here. I will talk to you soon. Take care, everyone.